How's it going? Adam Drake here, and today I want to talk a little bit about the soon-to-be released Mugen Seiki MBX8R Nitro Buggy. Now, this is not an MBX8R. This is my normal MBX8. It does have some of the test or prototype parts on it, but I just wanted to touch base a little bit and let you know that we will soon have kind of a whole series of videos regarding the MBX8R. I'm going to do like a build video. I'm gonna then kind of break that down into some of the new components and features just to show you guys a little bit of a closer look. I am gonna go through right now just kind of a brief kind of summary of what some of the changes are. I know you guys have seen a lot of the pictures and stuff like that we've posted and some of the literature, but just wanted to do a quick video, a little bit of a rundown, just so you know what to expect in the coming weeks with the new Mugen MBX8R Nitro Buggy. So we're going to start off with suspension geometry. So on the front of the car, the majority of the suspension geometry is staying the same. There is a new front shock tower and new upper front arm holder. And what this will allow you to do is just have more of a range of adjustment. So with the current car, you can move the upper front arm up and down. On the MBX8R, you can move it up and down and also shorten and lengthen that upper front arm. On the rear of the car is where the majority of the suspension geometry has changed. We have new narrow C and D blocks, new longer rear suspension arm, and then also new rear uprights that have carbon fiber plates to where you can get the current geometry for the rear camber link and also taller to raise the camber link. The new rear arms will be the boxed in style, just like the front arms. They'll have a new carbon fiber plate where we'll have 1 and 1.2 millimeter plates to match the current front arms. Chassis has changed a little bit also. If you are going to convert your car, you can run the current chassis. You just may need to do a little bit of modification because of the narrow rear pivot. As far as the layout of the chassis, stuff hasn't really moved. It's not like the engine and things like that have moved. It's more so for clearance for the rear pivot geometry. The clutch is also new. We have a new 4-shoe clutch that uses kind of the removable clutch pins that allows you to service and maintenance the clutch. If the pins get worn, you don't have to get a new flywheel, you just change the pins. But the clutch has a really unique style where there's actually 2 sets of 4 holes, and you can use the standard position or clock the clutch to the new position, which will put a little bit additional preload on the springs, so it just makes it a lot more tunable. In the kit, it'll come with 2 carbon shoes and 2 aluminum shoes. If you choose to, you can run all aluminum, but there'll be a number of different options with the clutch as far as springs and then also the different clocking and positions. Let's see here. Some of the other new features. The differentials have changed a little bit. So the differentials still use the same underdrive, so 12 pinion, 42 ring gear. And the 4 small gears inside the diff are the same as before, but the 2 larger 20-tooth sun gears have changed. And with this change, it now allows you to build the diffs using all the shims. So the way that the car shows in the manual is how the diff should be built. With the MBX8, or when we originally just went to the HT differentials, everyone kind of had their own method. Remove the 2 large shims, remove the 4 shims. You don't need to do any of that anymore. Now you can just build the diffs the way that they come, use the 4 shims behind the 4 small gears, use the 2 larger shims behind the 2 larger gears. As far as some other changes, This is a J Concepts wing, but the MBX8R does have a new lightweight high downforce wing. It also has a new wing mount. It's basically just like the Plus 15 wing mount, but it has the ability to bolt on a plate, and we'll also have a carbon fiber optional plate to where it stiffens the wing mount, it stops the wing mount from tweaking or bowing, and then it also helps provide more downforce. It's kind of like having a mini wing built into the wing mount. Other items will be a new S-bend air filter with a new air filter foam. We'll also have Flashpoint pre-oiled foams for that new filter. We have new brake override springs and also brake caliper springs, just to make everything with the brakes kind of smoother and release as soon as you go back to neutral. The brakes are able to release faster. A new 90-degree tank fitting. We've used this 90-degree fitting for a long time. Well, now we've incorporated it into the new tank and into the new kit. The sway bars will be the same, so you can use the same MBX8 sway bars that we've always used, but we do have new collars that slide over the sway bar to where it keeps the sway bar tight against the gearbox so that you don't have so much kind of end play or slop in the sway bars. The kit now will come with emulsion style shock caps. We have a new larger battery box and also a revised radio tray to fit that new larger battery box. So now you can put excess wires and plugs and things like that inside the battery box if you choose to. What else do we have? The receiver box mount is a little bit different. That way you can use some of the various electronic switches. It'll have aluminum wing buttons, and then the fuel guard, I believe, is also changed a little bit. And then we'll also have optional front and rear arms. So basically like the MBX7 front arm and the MBX6 rear arm, which are lighter and then also a stiffer material. Those have also been changed and modified a little bit as an option part for the MBX8R that will allow you to use the shock pins instead of shock screws. And then some other small adjustments have been made to the mold to hopefully make them a little bit more durable. Again, those are just an option part. That's something like myself and Mayfield use. But the stock arms will be a kind of more solid or durable option. But if you're looking for just every little bit of performance, those will be an option. And we look to have these kits in the warehouse in stock and able to get them shipped out to you guys very soon. And again, be on the lookout. We're going to have a bunch of videos for the MBX8R, build videos, more detailed information, more close-ups, things like that. But just wanted to give you kind of a quick overview of what to expect with the new Mugen Seiki MBX8R Nitro Buggy.